Afternoon, guys. Early evening, good evening. Good win today at CHISLEHURST GLEBE. Coyley, how do you see that game unfold today?
Frustration again at half time. I thought we got in some brilliant positions in the final third. Went one-on-one with the goalkeeper a couple of times, and it fell to Mal quite a bit, and it was just that end kind of decision, end product, just to execute the right pass or the shot, and you got in. I mean, we could have easily gone in at half time, maybe 4-0 up without exaggerating. I thought we had some really good penalty box entries, but as I said, the quality weren't quite there. But the positive was we were focused at the back again and didn't look like we was going to concede or be caught on the counter-attack, which is really pleasing. And the second half, we started much better again and was on the front foot for the first half hour, 35 minutes, and again should have maybe scored one or two more.
Yeah.
And then they had a little bit of an onslaught towards the end, as you would expect. I've got a lot of respect for Frankie, the manager. I think they played really good football today.
Yeah.
Have got a real clear identity, and it causes some problems at times in the first half and the back end of the second half. So it's a really good 3 points away from home. It's been an unbelievable week. Another clean sheet as well, which is a real positive for the group. And yeah, as I say, it's really pleasing to come away with 3 points. Although the league table don't show it, I'm pretty sure that Frankie's going to get them a lot higher than where they are at the moment.
Yeah. And Matt, Coyley touched on it there about another clean sheet. I think that's one goal we've conceded in 5 games now. So it's good to get that kind of rhythm going and that quality in our defence in that respect. Would you put that down to?
I think a little bit goes down to the manager in terms of having enough of conceding too many goals, when obviously he's been a defender his whole life, so he wanted to sort of, I think we probably spent quite a bit of time on it over the last sort of 3 or 4 weeks in terms of making it a little bit more of a sort of a main talking point in terms of training, and obviously he's been on the training ground and done some clips and stuff and worked on it heavily, which has certainly had an advantage. But I think also they're getting used to playing with each other again. Obviously we've sort of flipped the shape 2 or 3 times. We changed shape Tuesday and it worked against that type of team, and then we changed shape again today because they pose a different type of threat. But if you look at the boys that are playing at the back, that are playing in most of those games, and you throw Jaden into the mix of that as well, is you've got some steady performances, and I think they're playing a lot of games together.
Yeah.
And I think if we go back to the Phoenix game a couple of weeks ago, if you look at the first half of that game and the first half of today's game, I thought it's quite similar in the fact that Mal and Jack haven't really played since. And I thought, again, their understanding of each other's games. They're good players individually, but just that lack of understanding. And obviously Jack's gone through the middle in the second half once we made the change, which probably suits him a little bit more, and got his goals. But I think, like I say, as a whole, as a team, they're also getting used to what we expect and what we want. And as a team last year, we didn't concede a great deal of goals after Christmas due to the fact that they run. And this isn't just the back 4 and the goalkeeper, or the back 5 and the goalkeeper. I think Daltz has had an impact over the last couple of games in terms of our defensive shape. Isaac coming in today gave us a little bit more physicality in there, which is something that we've been looking at. It gave us, after the first sort of 10-15 minutes of getting sort of a second wind, having not played a lot of football recently, I thought he was really good. And the front players are running. They work really hard out of possession. So I think overall it's been a collective, but it's certainly something that obviously Jamie's spoken about at length and has wanted to add. And we're getting the mix right at the moment in terms of that end and this end. Ultimately, the game's 90 minutes long or 95 minutes long, and we're scoring enough goals, and the clean sheets are now helping us give a platform to do so.
Yeah. There seems to be a real togetherness, I think, in the group now, and you know, we look at a formidable force. We're top of the league. I think we are, whatever, after the winter day, we've got another 5 points behind, in front of our nearest rival. It's got to be really satisfying, but we've got, you know, we're halfway through the season now. I think that's our 18th game. It's massive now going forward, what we can achieve this season.
Yeah, it is, and you know, I've got to give praise to the players. You look at, I gave Jaden Bolton man of the match on Tuesday night. I thought he was our best player, but tactically we've changed things around after getting these watched, and his attitude has been phenomenal, and that's where they've all need to have an understanding that irrelevant of how well people are playing. And I know it's when you're playing well, you want to keep playing. I understand that with momentum, but tactically, I thought the management team with Matt and Taylor and Dan got it right today. I thought the first 75 minutes, I thought we were the better side, looking like we was going to win the game. And unfortunately, him and Finn Cotton have had to step out after being playing really well recently. And we done it at the back end of last year. To lose 1 in 28 at the back end of last season, we've done it every week. We could constantly rotate the team, and it just shows the strength in depth that we've got. And the boys that have come in today have done their jobs. And as I say, it's a fantastic clean sheet, and it's a big 3 points. People will look at the league and think, well, we should have won anyway on paper, but it doesn't work that way. And as I said, these are a good side. They've got some really good individual players. I've played with 2 or 3 of them before previously, and they're better than this level. And within time they'll find their way. And I'm sure they'll be mid-table to the top half. Sticking with the manager, because they have got a real identity. And I said they cause us some trouble at times today. Last 10 minutes they were knocking on the door. They've hit the post, and we've had to throw some bodies on the line again like we did Tuesday night. But if you look at the results around us, you look at the recent results, not only this week, but the last 6 or 7 games, we're on a real good run. And we can't just rest on that. We've still got to improve. We've still got to get better. Hence why we brought in a new midfielder in Isaac. We're constantly looking to improve what we've already got, because it's the only way that we're going to be in the right place come the end of April this year.
So it's nice that we've got a week before the next game, a couple of training sessions to get the message across for our next game, Corinthians next week, I think. Over Christmas, and then Faversham, I think, on the Faversham Strikeforce away in our home ground on the 27th. So we've got big games coming up. How are you planning the training session going forward, Matt?
Yeah, I think this week will be really good because we can get some work done. Obviously, we've brought Isaac in. I think we need to do some work on some set pieces, because it's one thing that we're still not quite where we need to be, particularly with the size of the team. So that's, again, be some work and in and around the box on throw-ins. And then just some general stuff in terms of what we're going to look at. We obviously look at the Corinthian game. We've had them watch today, so we'll get the information on that. And then, again, obviously put together a plan for that game. So it's a good opportunity for us now, after the sort of 3 games in 7 days, gone through in the Vars, beat Larkfield, come here and followed that up, which is really, you don't want one of them after the Lordmere show, which is really important, which is, again, great credit to the players to come here with the right character and right attitudes. Won the game 2-0. So it'll be a good week on the training ground. That's what we like doing. We like being on the training ground with the players. Gives us an opportunity to work in a bit more of a relaxed environment without having a game midweek. And get plenty of work into the players, and then we just carry on going, and it's restart again from tomorrow, enjoy tonight, and get on with it again tomorrow. This game's finished and move on to Corinthians. So it's another tough game. It'd be no different. Like, they score fairly frequently, but they concede goals, which you can see in today's game again. But look, we'll have a plan in place, and we'll make sure that the players are ready for next Saturday.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time, guys. Excellent result today. Well done.
Cheers, thanks a lot. Cheers.